In this video, I'm going to make a set of concrete lamps. For this build, you will need a vase, LED string lights, and a 4-inch pipe. I will have links down in the video description. I used the tape measure to get a general length. 5 inches seems to be a good number. I placed a stop block at the 5-inch mark, then I made 2 identical cuts. The PVC pipe I'm using had been outside for a while, and washing the pipe is a good idea. This way the dirt is not transferred over to the form. I need it to be hollow inside the form, and these plastic bottles are a great solution to act as a placeholder. I cut the plastic bottle so it's at least 1.5 inches below the rim of the PVC. The electronics needs to be housed inside the concrete form, and this was the quickest solution I could come up with. The bottle should be placed in the center so the strength of the form is not jeopardized. The top of the form needs to be smaller than the body so the glass can fit right over. The quickest solution for me was to use a 1-inch foam weather strip that I found at my local hardware store. Now I knew it would be close but not perfect, which means I had a good amount of sanding to do once the form is cured. And the weather strip I'm using came with adhesive on the back of it, which make it a lot easier to install. Now take plastic wrap or aluminum foil to close off the bottom of the PVC. And with the little painter's tape, that should hold it in place. I'm using a high strength concrete mix from Secrete, which I keep in the bucket because it's much easier to handle than the bag it comes with. Now mixing the concrete is super simple. Just add water, take a hand shovel, and just turn it over as many times as it takes to get all of it wet. If you add too much water, not a big deal, just add some more to the mix. And if you mix it too dry, just add a little water. Now insert the plastic bottles and add concrete around the bottle while trying to keep it in the center. I used a mallet to tap the perimeter of the PVC, and this should help the concrete fall to the bottom. Since the bottle is not glued or attached to the plastic, it may try to rise, so you must keep an eye on it. I applied the same step to the second form, then I took my sander and I vibrated the form just as I did in the firebowl video. You should start to see bubbles rising to the top, and I also took a nail to help hold the bottle in place while I'm vibrating the form. Now it's been about 4 days since I've made these, and they should be more than ready to go. As you can see, concrete did get under the bottle, which is not a big deal, and I'm really happy that the bottom is actually smaller than the top because it can hold the electronics in there much better. Now remove the foam. Now take an hacksaw and cut the PVC pipe, but be careful, don't go all the way through because we don't want to damage our form. I made 2 of these cuts about 2 to 3 inches apart. And after carefully cutting it, there should be at least one thin layer left that I can have enough strength to pull it apart. If this indeed is a project some of you guys will want to try for yourself, I would suggest add 3 to 4 cuts prior to adding the cement, but don't go all the way through, and that would make it a whole lot easier to remove once the form has cured. I used a palm sander with a 60 grit sandpaper, and this would help me remove a layer of cement much faster, just enough so I can get the glass over this section. Now take a masonry bit and drill a hole in the center of the form. I had no intention of removing the plastic bottle, but the drill bit pressed the bottle down, so I had to pull it out. I used a multi-tool and a grout removal blade to make a notch at the bottom to pass the power wire. As an alternative, you can carefully take a drill and a masonry bit to make the channel as well. Now pass a string light through the hole. The specs on these say they're 33 feet, so it do take a little while to get it all the way through. Now take the LED controller and we're going to pass the infrared through to the top. And the reason why we want this up here so we can hold the remote and just turn the light on and off. Hook up the power wire to the controller and then connect the transformer. Now apply hot glue in the groove that we just made, hold the wire in place, and then add another layer of hot glue on top. This should hold the wire and the controller all in place. You may have to use your imagination based on how you want or envision the light to sit inside the vase. At first I tried a silicone wrap and I didn't really like that. It looked too uniform, so I took it back out and then I just stuffed the wire inside randomly and I thought it looks cooler. So here you have it. Here's the finished results. I think it came out awesome. So I'm hoping you guys like this project as well and as much as I do. So I want to see you guys hitting that like button as much as possible. I want to see a couple thousand likes on this. Now the beauty of this, each string light comes with its own remote, but you can turn on and off both of them at the same time with a single remote. And my plan for these is using these as end table lamps. Now keep in mind, you can always go bigger. You don't have to build the same exact size I built. Let your imagination run wild and create something awesome. Thanks for watching, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification so you never miss a project. And hit the thumbs up button. We want to see a couple thousand likes on this one. Don't forget to share it, and also let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments.